Greetings, folks. Welcome back to the Jason Damico show during this COVID situation, and we're coming at you via Zoom, and I am really, really excited for today's episode. Our guests are a stretch to understand without experiencing them live regarding the violinist Walter. He sounds like Lindsey Sterling and had a music baby with Carlos Santana. The vocals are unique folk singer type sound. These guys are just really eclectic. Glad to have them on. They've been touring all over the country, the United States, and from Brazil originally. First EP, 2wins for You, came out in 2014. Rest is history after that. Please welcome to the show the Brazilian Twins.
Yeah! Come on, people! Get comfortable because
we are in the house.
What up, Jason?
Man, I got like I said earlier before we went on, you guys are just the life of the party. You guys are a great time, and just watching your videos when I was prepping for this interview, I couldn't help but have a smile on my face, and I think that's what you guys are all about.
You stop flirting with us. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I love the whatever hat's going on over there. It's kind of like an Inspector Gadget type thing.
Yeah.
Look at this.
As you can tell, he's the weirdo.
And the cute.
Well, let's get into your guys' music real quick and kind of go through your beginning stages as artists. And I was checking out the website and checking out some of your material, and it's remarkable what you guys have done with your career thus far, especially with your background. And I don't know if you could tell the viewers and listeners real quick kind of your upbringing and what happened with that. It's an incredible story.
All right, so here we go.
We came all the way from Brazil, from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, but we came from a very different part of Brazil. We came from what we call favelas, and you guys call Islam. So we came from the slums of Rio de Janeiro. We started learning violin in the slums, and we started playing classical music. So we were part of an orchestra and all of that, and then we start switching. Now, the reason why we started learning how to play the violin at the age of 11, by the way, was because our dad, he makes violin, but he cannot play the violin. So He had my brother and I learn how to play the instrument so we could try his instruments, to give him feedback. And that's how everything started. We started at the age of 11 playing classical music, and now we are reaching famous. There we go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was just,
yeah.
it was incredible to see that little documentary on you guys about just the neighborhood and what you guys were dealing with. What was that like as far as, practicing in that environment? Because it sounded like music was really your escape from that situation.
Yes, exactly. Especially classical music back then. To go back to the growing up in the favelas, despite everything we saw there growing up, we still had a wonderful childhood, very different than a lot of kids, because we were exposed to so many crazy stuff, growing up in that reality was different in a way that it was very normal for us to see our friends walk on the street with guns, all the time, daylight. It was very normal for us to see them killing other people and also getting killed. So it was very weird, but at the same time, we were still able to have a good time growing up. We have no regrets of seeing all those things and learning, because that's literally what that did to us. It prepared us to the world,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you guys' attitudes are incredible.
Thank you, man.
I want to ask you real quick, and this is probably going to be later in the interview when I was going to ask this, but now that we're on this topic, I thought I'd bring it up. What's the main difference for you guys between Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, and, you know, kind of like American culture as far as, I'm sure there's some major differences. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion on it.
There are many differences. One of them, when we first got dropped in Iowa, the environment was very different. Like the United States doesn't look much like Brazil. The look of it, like the streets, the plants, the whole ambience is very different. The cars are very different, but culturally, oh my God, we can go on and on. Like culturally, it's one thing that I would say in Brazil. I would say even like South America, we're a little more like warm and like hugging and screaming. We kiss and we touch. Yeah, you know, it's more like, yay, love to see you, and hugging all of that. And he's a little more like, what up?
Right.
You know? Yeah. yeah.
For sure. Well, I love you guys' playing. Love this. When did you guys start singing?
No, Jason, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever traveled internationally?
Not yet.
Whenever you get the chance, where would be the place you would like to visit?
Well, I'm a Italian American, so probably Italy.
Yeah.
Not now. So for that,
Hey,
you are gonna have to wait. Wait
in there.
That's
Right.
awesome.
No, travel is good.
Yeah. I mean, I've been all over the East Coast of the United States and played a bunch of shows, but internationally, not yet. Which I'm looking forward to.
No kidding. Yeah, you got time. How old are you? 27.
26.
Hey,
26. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, you got time, man.
Yeah. Singing for you guys, how did that come about? Did you guys grow up singing as well?
not at all. Our entire lives we never sang. Yeah.
Singing for us just happened. We were
like
just
on the stage. First time, the first time I sang was, we got an opportunity to go to Los Angeles. So I did a song. I was so inspired by the opportunity of being in the United States, and I want to give it back. So we had a show in Los Angeles, and I said, I'm going to sing this song because it means everything that I've been living right now. And it was, what a wonderful world. Because coming from where we came from and landing in the United States, that song just described everything we are seeing. You know, I see trees of green, red roses too, I see them blue.
Yeah.
And so I was so happy, so motivated that I was like, okay, but I could not speak any English when that opportunity came up.
Wow.
So I asked the lady in college to sit down with me and teach me the song. So she sat down across the table for me, and she was literally doing this. I see tree, and then I repeated, I see tree, and then she'd say, of greens, and then I, of greens. I see tree of greens. That was literally it. And then I learned the song, and then I sang in Los Angeles, in a big event in Los Angeles. That was awesome. So then after that, I started singing, rehearsing and singing with the band, and then the first show came up, and I stepped on the stage, and I was singing the entire night on the stage. And when I saw a girl from choir that I knew, I was like, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, that was the first time in the show that I was like, oh my God, I've never sang in my life. What am I doing? So I freaked out a little bit, but that was it. Now I'm like, whatever.
But like your song says, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's a great song, man. I'm a fan.
Thanks, man.
Well, you're talking about college real quick. So you came up for the scholarship. Can you talk a little bit about how that happened? They flew you from Brazil to Iowa for that event, right?
Yeah, so that was crazy. As we said here before, we grew up in this poor neighborhood playing classical music. So how did we end up in the United States from that reality, from that background? How did we end up here? It's a very common question. We were once in Rio de Janeiro performing with our orchestra in a beautiful theater. And after the show, these two ladies came to the green room and asked if they could have an interview with us. So we started the interview there. They loved the story. And they asked if they could go to our house in the favelas, in the slums. The two ladies, one was American and the other one was a Brazilian translating to her.
Wow.
So they came to our house to finish the interview. They got to see everything we described here at the beginning, you know, like very poor place, people walk up and down with guns. At the end of that interview, she said, "Oh, this interview is gonna air on NPR radio," which we couldn't care less. We didn't know what NPR was.
Right.
So the interview aired on NPR, and somebody from Iowa was listening to the interview and loved the story and invited us to come here to play one song in this huge event.
So one song. They flew us all the way. Our trip
just for one song.
Yeah. Our song took 2 minutes.
Right.
And that one song, the president, the former president of the University of Northern Iowa, here in Iowa, he was there, and he watched the whole the one song and gave us a full ride scholarship.
Wow.
Yeah. I think he thought we were so bad, like, oh my God, these guys are so out of tune, they need to practice, and gave us the opportunity. So here we are.
What did you guys major in?
Music.
But we didn't. That's the tricky.
Oh boy.
So next question.
Creative process for you guys.
Huh?
Creative process, like how you guys write songs. How do you do it? What's your methodology on that?
Well, we are babies on this area, you know, like we just started writing not too long ago, and it's been awesome. The thing is that when we first got here, we could not speak any English.
Yeah.
We were still playing classical music, and then we started doing the pop stuff and started working. We never thought we were ever gonna write songs, especially in English, you know?
Right.
So yeah, it's very nice to be here now and have people asking for us to play our songs.
Yeah, the process is there are different ways for me. It's a lot of the times motivation. For example, I got to LA and Los Angeles. We usually go to Los Angeles and we stay in Venice Beach. That's our hub.
Nice.
And you look around and it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is like, it's just like inspiration everywhere. Yeah. So then I go home and get a beat online, even YouTube too. Because if you have a beat in front of you and then you start pouring everything that you're feeling. So there is this technique like, oh my God, I'm feeling it.
Right.
The people will walk in the beach, it's just a beautiful day. I'm going to write something about it or whatever. So then I play an instrumental on YouTube, and then I start writing. Sometimes it sucks, and sometimes I like it. Yeah. Sometimes I like it, and the ones that I like, I really grab into it, and I like it, and that's it.
When did you guys start merging the classical with the pop and rock? You know, like the Guns N' Roses thing, Sweet Child of Mine. I love that. Like, I saw that at Oktoberfest, and you guys were going nuts.
Yeah, our repertoire criteria, it comes mostly from like what we like it, like whatever we like oh my God, this song, because the whole like it's an anthem. So as soon as you play this, everybody whoa, and it's pretty cool to have a violin doing that riff. Whoa, I love doing that riff. So it's more like
this process of coming from the classical to the pop, it started way earlier, because back then when we started learning how to play the violin, we were the only 2 kids in the slums that were playing the violin.
Classical music.
Classical music.
Nobody related to that. Yeah. Right. Nobody cared.
Yeah. Our friends, they were like, oh, so you can play the violin. Can you play something? Dun, 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 dun,
boring.
So we start getting a hang of like, okay, let's play something they know.
Yeah.
And then we start having fun together and being
Right.
accepted, being part of the
Right.
conversation.
Were you
Yeah,
guys
that's
doing
how-
that by ear then? You weren't like
By
reading music?
ear.
Yeah.
By
Oh,
ear.
by
Yeah.
Never reading. No, we don't like reading. Yeah.
Me neither.
There we go.
So
So,
hard.
Jason, what do you play, Jason?
Play bass. Do you play bass?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that. Hey, boy.
Nice.
Do you have
I'm
a band?
I play a little bit of everything: guitar, bass, drums, piano, vocals, whatever needs to be
Wow.
done.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to be like you when I grow up.
Hey.
I want to be like you guys. You guys are happy all the time, man.
Jason, do you play in a band?
Yeah, I'm an artist, so I've got music out. Yeah,
So say the name of the band here so we can advertise you online. Hey.
sure. It's just Jason Damico. That's it. I mean, I've got a band called Jason Damico and the New Blue, but it's solo artist. I usually have guys.
So you
for
write
hire.
songs too?
Yeah, man, been doing it quite a while. Yep.
So sing a song. Sing a song. Go.
Sing a song.
Yes.
What? Let me think. What do
Bring
you
it.
guys want to hear? Maybe I know something that you know.
No, anything
No,
you want.
anything.
Surprises.
Anything.
Surprises.
In memory of Bill Withers.
Bring it. Hey.
Well, I got a guitar somewhere.
Go get it. Go get it. Do it.
These
Here we
guys are.
go.
Look at this. They're putting me on the spot on my own show. The tables have turned, my friends.
Now we are
Now the
talking.
interview is with you.
I don't even know if you can hear this. There's no
Yeah.
sunshine when she's gone.
Hey.
Only darkness every day, yeah.
Hey, look at that.
There's no sunshine when she's gone. House is still no home. Anytime she goes away.
I know.
And I know.
You are
Ow,
hired, my
yeah.
friend. Jason is now part of the Brazilian Twins.
Everybody go there, check him out on his Facebook website. Go there and check our boy Jason out.
Man, you guys would be fun to like tour with. That'd be awesome. So I'm gonna bring this up real quick, not to digress, but I thought this was pretty inspirational. So Wagner, if you want to talk real quick about what happened back in 2015, that was incredible.
2015. Okay, here we go,
Yeah.
people. When my brother and I got invited to come to United States to go to college, I had a plan. And my plan, okay, wonderful opportunity. I'm gonna get to the United States, become the best violin player that has ever existed. None of that happened. Instead, I got here, found a girlfriend, had a kid for her, got cancer, and I don't even play the violin anymore. What a mess. No, yeah, 2015.
I'm trying to make a moment here. I'm trying to make a you guys are incredible, man. Like what? You guys are a miracle. What did you guys drink when you were down in Brazil? Man, whatever that water is, like I gotta get that. Like you guys are amazing.
LaCroix, sponsor.
I check out the coffee mug, people. Yes, represent. So 2015, I was living my life like we all do.
You killed it, man. Now it's like now I'm out. Go ahead.
2015, I was living my life like most normal people do. I had plans for next week, for the week after, for the next month. And one day, life knocked on my door. Hey, boy, you got cancer. Yes. Yeah, I got the news that I had cancer. 2015, Ewing sarcoma. It started with my finger here, these 2 fingers, it start hurting a lot.
Yeah.
And for like months, I was trying to do things to help. I went to the chiropractor. I did some exam, but nobody could really figure out what was happening. But then it got in a point that it started hurting a lot.
Yeah.
So I went to this doctor, and he decided to do a deeper research, and he diagnosed me with carpal tunnel. So he opened my arm, moved some nerves here. A month later, after the surgery, I was still in a lot of pain. Until this day, I was coming out of the shower, drying myself in front of the mirror. I saw a huge lump here. Like, you could see through the shirt, you could see the lump.
Wow.
So I took it to this doctor that had done the surgery to me, and he sent me to the hospital. And that's when I got diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma. I fought cancer for 9 months, very intensive treatment. I did chemo and radiation. And after that, I was finally free. I beat cancer, and I'm still kicking here. Yes.
I'm glad you're still with us, my friend.
Yeah.
That's
it was
that's
crazy.
a crazy story.
It was crazy. Like, everything changed so quick.
What was the biggest thing that what was the biggest perspective change for you going through that and coming out of it?
Exactly. When you are going through something like this, especially my situation, I had a lot of time to look within and to think about life,
Yeah.
And I was very fortunate to realize that I'm good. I had a great life, I don't regret anything that I did or didn't do. And so that was very, very nice for me. And all that you are seeing here, this energy, being playful, that's exactly how I felt, how I went through with my battle against cancer. My brother and I, we had like a blast, I was trying different things. I was learning about the topic. I had never been in a room doing chemo or radiation. So everything for me was just like, let's do it,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, do you think that your attitude helped with getting better?
I am a huge believer of that, and that's why I didn't change my, my lifestyle.
Right.
I kept on going, and I'm a huge believer of that. Also, what was very helpful for me, we had a lot of people in the community, very supportive, a lot of support from the community here where we live. People made donation. So I definitely did not fight this by myself,
Yeah.
I also had a lot of help from my ex-wife also. So it was like everybody's fighting on my corner.
Yeah. Wow. Were you playing music during that time too?
Yeah, we were in the middle of a tour. We were traveling all over, and I had to stop, and my brother just kept on going.
Okay.
We see ya. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Like, what a experience,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, I was going to ask real quick, best and worst show experiences, if you could talk for just a minute or two on, like a really great show and a really bad one. As far as
most of the shows, it's the best is really hard to come up with, but we had a couple experiences that was like, we got there and we thought everything was under control, and nobody showed up. It was just us. Like, the people watching us was the band that was gonna come after us.
Nice.
We at least had somebody watching us. We left after our show. They had nobody. So that was about it. Like, until today, we laugh about it. It was Friday night, and there was nobody, like not even one person there.
Yep. So that was really funny.
Sounds like a marketing problem.
Yeah.
Sounds like something went wrong.
Yeah. And it was out of our reach. Like, we didn't have a fan base in that place, but we thought, well, the music venue is going to advertise the show,
right?
Because everybody needs to make money. They need to make money out of the drink and all. Nope, they didn't do anything. And we thought somebody's going to show up. It's Friday night.
Right.
Nope.
Nobody.
It looked like the corona was already happening there.
Yeah. Oh, no. That should be the next song title, Nobody.
Yeah.
Now you guys are Trip, really, really enjoying this. New music for you guys coming up. Is there anything in the oven right now?
Yes, especially now with this whole corona, we are taking advantage of this time to really create. So we are creating like crazy. We are writing a lot of songs. There are a lot of songs that have not been recorded yet. We are sitting in a pretty good
pile of songs here.
Yeah, so there is a lot of songs and videos. So the production is like full power now because we are home. Now we have the time that we didn't have, because if there was no corona right now, we would be doing this interview in the road, like on the road, because we would be traveling for sure right now.
Right. It's definitely a strange time,
isn't it? Yeah, weird. Very interesting to be alive at times like this. Like, wow, if we make it, it's gonna make a badass story. Like, oh yeah, I was there.
Well, I mean, what about you? Like, you just kicked cancer, and now it's like, oh well.
Yeah.
Now there's this.
You know what? Bring it on.
Bring it on. It's another song title. Listen, I'm just feeding you guys ideas for your quarantine sessions.
Yeah, no, it is a weird time to be alive, and you know what I find fascinating about this is the fact that we have never been here before, so we are literally everybody on the same level, learning everything together. You know, so it's been interesting. You know, we literally are living a moment now that we have to reinvent ourselves. You know, in learning how to navigate. Like, for example, this social media here, Zoom, we had never done this before. You know?
Me neither.
If it wasn't for the corona, we would not be using Zoom right now.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, this whole show, we've shot probably 20 episodes in the last 2 weeks, and it's all been through this, because you guys saw like multiple camera angles, everybody's in the same room. Well, forget it. You know, the show's got to go on, and this was the best way to do it, and I had to figure it out quickly.
Talking about it, the first time we saw the show was with Bridgette. We watched the whole thing. We are traveling, by the way.
Oh, cool.
We are coming from Los Angeles.
Yeah, we are coming from Los Angeles.
And we saw the entire show. Funny story here, fun fact, how we met Bridgette.
Sure.
She was in a conference, in a conference selling us. She was Pennsylvania, no?
Pennsylvania.
She was part of an agency that was selling artists, and we were one of the artists. So we were supposed to be in the booth and just hugging people and being personal. And Bridgette had the facts, like telling the price and numbers and all of that. I had no idea who Bridgette was, but I heard Bridgette selling us, and I was like, what? Like, she was talking about us better than we could ever do. It was like, wow, like,
even
I didn't even know I was that good.
Not
like,
even our parents talk so highly about us.
Yeah. And Bridgette was killing it. So they were like, okay, we need to team up with this lady. She really knows what she's doing. She's really good. Really good.
Yeah, no, she was great. I met her just a few months ago at that conference in Pennsylvania. And we hit it off. It was a great time chatting.
Look how good she is. We met her through the conference, and now she got us to meet you.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Well, this has been good, guys. I've got one question that I ask everybody at the end, so I want to ask you guys real quick. if you could go back in time to your 15-year-old selves, knowing what you know now, what would you tell them as advice?
I would tell actually him, grow up, man.
I would tell myself, wear condom.
Oh my God.
That's it.
Trojan?
Yeah, Trojan.
Here we go. Now we are talking.
Use it. Call him.
I don't know what they have down there in Brazil. You know, maybe
Trojan,
nothing. I don't know.
Trojan.
So, okay, so that, I guess that's it. Those are you guys' answers. You wouldn't even tell yourself anything then. You'd just be berating.
I think it would be more like, be bold, buckle up, don't be afraid, go. Like, because fear is also like, it's a thing. It stays on the way. So I would just like, go for it. Don't be afraid. Just go. You know?
It's fantastic. You guys, as far as faith, like, what you guys believe in anything? Like what?
Allah.
Okay.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, I believe in marshmallows. I believe in, you know, whatever. It's like
there we go.
Yeah. I believe. Yeah. I think God is how do you say?
Its own. For each one of us,
yeah.
God means a different thing, you know?
right.
Yeah. So I believe in God, but my God is different than somebody else's God. It's relative, you know?
Sure.
My belief. So I believe in God. I believe in the universe, in energy.
Right.
And I believe in this, all of these.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys are really something. I'm thankful and glad we were able to do this.
Yeah. My friend, no kidding. Hey, keep in touch with us, okay, Jason?
Yeah.
Yes. All
right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we get to meet each other in person, all right? And keep up with the good work, man.
Thank you. You guys too. Thanks for taking the time to be on.
Yeah, no, thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Any last words?
Let's go, world.
Hey, next, we need to do another podcast, but talk about something else.
Yes.
No music, like
talk about aliens, everything and anything.
Condoms.
That's it. That's it. Let's do it.
You guys are hilarious.
All right, guys. If you are watching this video, go there and push like there. Let's support Jason to keep on doing this, okay? Bringing nice people here to share their story with you guys.
This is a room of good people, so you are now part of it if you are watching this. So welcome to the family. Be part of this podcast. It's only good stuff that's coming up.
Thanks, guys. You've been watching and listening to the Jason Damico Show. Brazilian Twins here with me, and subscribe and check out their social media. We'll have everything listed in the description boxes below or to the sides, or if you're listening, it's somewhere around your play station area. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.
Jason.